As a young researcher, I had a good story behind me. I was the fastest student of my country, possibly the world. Uh, as a young research student, I looked for something good enough to devote my life to. I found skepticism, I found thinking for oneself as the lightest grace, but it wasn't light enough, so I turned the question around and asked myself, is there anything I can find that is so bad that it is worth devoting my life to fight against it? Now, I found two things. One is that money is becoming the measure of what it should not become or be allowed to become the measure of. Friendship, love, art, sports, etc. And this could be an important thing for me to write about in the future. The other thing, which is what this book is about, Dysfunctional Discourses 1, the drug problem, was that illegalization of narcotic drugs is so incredible a dysfunctional discourse. To say that is bad, therefore we should illegalize it. Sounds good, yes. But that's all. That's all. It sounds good. The world doesn't work like that. If something is illegal, you cannot just, if something is bad, you cannot just illegalize it because you have to think about the consequences. And the consequences of illegalizing drugs are so incredibly much worse than the likely consequences would have been of a more liberal approach. The illegalization of drugs is such a terrible thing, and I think I have made it abundantly clear in my book, The Drug Problem. I do not have any academic friends in Sweden. My Swedish supervisor wouldn't allow anyone in on my disputation outside the police and academia. Vienna, United Nations, wouldn't support me. The Swedish police officer in charge, Hans Holmér, looked at me and said, I don't understand what you want. So this, I think, is a very good piece of writing, and it has never been read by a proper reader capable of evaluating it. It is a book on a very, very depressing subject designed to be entertaining. If you want to do the legalization movement a great favor, you should read this book. And if you like it, you should promote it. I would be willing to do a lot for it as well. I have devoted a fair part of my life to the writing of this book and the thinking about it. Check it out.